I am super stoked to be with you guys here today. Today is Tuesday Fun Day. And so if you're joining us live, make sure you comment below where you're joining us from. This is Jamie with GettingCrafty.net, and I am bringing to you a really fun, wow, over the top, but surprisingly easy project tonight. Today we're going to be doing an over-the-top, absolutely stunning accordion card. So this is an accordion book in the midst of a handmade card. So it's going to kind of look like this, and then look, it's going to keep folding out and folding out and folding out, and then it'll be on the back. You guys, I just can't get over this card. I love it so much. And it fits inside of your standard envelope. So that is what's really exciting with that. So, hey there, No. Nice to see you. Okay, so if you guys are joining us, please give me some hearts. Let me know what channel you're joining us from. And I really love a project that's over the top. So there's that person in your life that's their birthday, or somebody that you want to show them that you're sharing is caring, a retirement, a new baby, a wedding. This is the season for weddings, let me tell you. It's been really wonderful to see some of the younger people at our church lining up to get married. And I love that. Some of our leaders in our youth group are getting married, and a lot of babies have been happening. I love all that stuff. And so it's always a reason to celebrate. So today we're going to do a little over the top. So if you guys haven't seen, I just want to make sure that this is all happy. It is almost your birthday. I forgot you were a summer birthday. How awesome is that? Don't say when it is. You're not supposed to. Okay, let's see here. I have to make sure it's playing. Yep, there it is. Okay. I have to. There we go. Okay, good. You can hear me. I'm checking Facebook out, making sure everybody has the option of hearing us. There we go. And then I just always have to check, because you guys know, if you've known me at all, the social media can always be a challenge at times. You never know if it's going to pop up with any complications, which, let me tell you, it totally does. And it's out of your control, which is really hard. So when things are out of your control, that's where you learn to overcome. You learn to rely on God and pray, and try not to scream. That's what I do a lot, especially when it's social media. I'm like, I could make me want to scream, you guys. So I'm giving you guys an opportunity. Okay, hold on. There we go. One less complication. We like when there's less complications. So this project is surprisingly easy. You guys are going to love it. And you can see after 9 o'clock today, it's actually going to be live on my blog with the measurements. And I will finish modifying that later. But I see people popping on. Good to know. There we go. Let's go back here. Melody, hello, and Linda, hi, you guys. I've missed you, Mel. It's good to see you back. Saving to create, but I wanted to say hi. Oh, I love you from Idaho too, and you're on Facebook. Good to know. So if you guys missed already, we are going to do an accordion card fun fold. So it starts off like this, a standard card size. It actually will fit into an envelope. Fair warning, it's too stiff to mail as a regular envelope. You have to mail it as a hand postage, and it's going to cost a little bit more because it's thicker, right? But once you open it up, it has a belly band. And when you open it up, it's going to keep going and going and going. So there you go. Look at that. And then it folds, and then it goes the other way. So how I would modify that is you can decorate each individual thing with pictures. You can put, you can grab I'm looking for it, like this here are something fancy dies that has these layering pieces, and you can stamp and decorate different greetings for each one. Say there is a large family, each page can get their own page, a picture for each child, and a little inscription to somebody for like a grandma, right? That's pretty flexible. You're finally home. I'm so glad. I bet you had fun though visiting your granddaughter and your great-granddaughter. So that's always good. And this is surprisingly easy. It's also featuring our Fancy Daisies Designer Series paper. So I'm going to go over that really quickly with you guys. If you have not heard, our Designer Series papers are on sale 15% off through the month of June. And so you can stock up right now and load up on all the newest Designer Series paper in your collection. They store really easy. I actually have these the 13 by 13 cubbies that I picked up off of a Facebook post. And the whole thing holds all of my 12 by 12s because it's bigger, right? It's like an inch. It might be 15 by 15 instead of 12 by 12. It's kind of a little bit bigger. I have another cubby that holds different stuff. I have all kinds of different bookshelf units that hold stuff. So we're gonna dive in right now. I'm gonna show you guys this awesome Designer Series paper in full. Then we're gonna go ahead and put this together. Very easy peasy lemon squeezy. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. Join us every week on Tuesdays when we are live creating and connecting over card making and crafting. So I'm gonna put my hair up because when I lean down to craft, I don't like it in my fists. As Noelle, who's on here, will know, I hardly actually ever have my hair down. I'm hard of hearing in one ear specifically, and so what that does is it makes it hard to hear, and actually hair can block the sound. And hearing aids don't work for what my struggle is. So let's go ahead and turn around right now. There we go. I'm going to zoom in so you guys don't see my chaos. Chaos corrector. So here you guys go. We're going to be featuring this Cheerful Daisies collection and the Stylish Shapes layering circle dies. As you can see here, see if I can grab it. If I can grab it. Let's see. Oh, you know what, you guys? I brought this over. This is a mechanics tool with a little magnet on the end because watch. I was having a hard time with my acrylic nails picking it up. One of the best purchases ever because it can fall, you can pick it up. It can actually, I actually ended up using it while I was in the middle of a die. It shuffled, and so I grabbed the magnet instead of taking it all apart, and I just moved the one that was in the middle. So I think I'm going to keep that over here because it makes it easy to pick up dies. And let me tell you, I need that. So let's grab that actually and move those up because I've already done all of the layout for us. So this Daisy Suite is the best. I know, I need to get those too. And I'll put a link for one of those also in my blogs where you guys can get that if you want. We're going to be featuring this Designer Series paper that you see here, the Fresh as a Daisy. Every paper that we have is double-sided, every Designer Series paper. And so when you see that, you get really excited because it gives you a lot of flex in your crafting, and they're all designed to coordinate. So if you can see here, we've already cut some, but you can see where we're at. And this would be the back side of that piece there. And you can see this gorgeous piece here, and then the back side there. And it can keep going and going and going. And it gives you a lot of flexibility. These can be very masculine. They can be very neutral. You don't need to have it as a daisy set, right? Especially if you want to extend your crafting needs. What you do is you grab these kinds of collections and this becomes a neutral card color collection for you. So wonderful, wonderful color combo on that. You guys can see there. And then this is that one sheet that we did a full of. What I did was I took this top piece off and we used those circle dies to highlight different pieces for the card front. But there is the back of that. So I don't know which is your favorite Designer Series paper this collection, but I love this collection here. I am a huge fan of Pretty Peacock. I actually am a fan of peacocks in general, which contributes to my love of it, but you know, not limited to that reason. So again, all of these measurements are on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. We're going to be using our card base, the Pretty Peacock, and I've already scored it. We have a slight second score line, you'll see here, because it's going to cover and compensate for this book that we have inside. So it is a standard card size here, but as you open it, you can see where it has a little flap and it can go this way. Just like so. The back side of that. Hi, Tracy. Hello, my sister. I love you. She's my long time friend. If you guys don't know my Tracy, she travels the world. We've had our babies together, and we are meme sisters. We send each other memes all the time on social media, and we stay in touch, and we track our children as they're graduating. And her youngest, Alex, just graduated. Alex and Genevieve were born within 2 months of each other, and so I love that. So I left a blank one intentionally on the very inside, you guys, so that it is there. And then if you turn it, you can see this back side here. Again, if you have different dies, you can die cut and have a little featured post. You can add pictures to a project like this. So for example, if you have somebody near and dear to your heart and you know that they are graduating, if they're retiring, if they are getting married, you can do a whole collection of their engagement and their romance, that kind of thing. And then it's going to fold back up and fit inside of a standard card. I know, shut the front door. How sexy is that? I love it. So in order to create these connected inner pieces, again, all these measurements are going to be on my blog this evening after 9 o'clock. So after we get off, you guys should be able to pop right over and it'll go live with those measurements. So we're going to do the the basic white that you see on the inside. Now, fair warning, I did not use the thick basic white. I used the thinner because I want this, which is already going to have some thickness to it, to be thinner. This is 2 sheets of the strip. That's it, just 2. So, but it looks like so much more because it's double-sided and it's a large space, and any of our paper collections can really work. And this can just keep folding and folding and folding, and I think it's one of those things that's really great for those with ADHD, because like myself, I would play with this the whole time. And it would be a great way. I have 5 daughters and 1 son. So my oldest 2 are my stepdaughters. They're both married, and I have a grandson who's 3 back in California. I could imagine putting each one of my children on there and giving it to their grandmother, who passed away in December. So, my parents have been gone for a while, and then John's mother passed away. Actually, that was 2 years ago. 2 years? Yep, 2 years ago in December. And then you can put a long letter here. This is great if you take the time to send a select few with your holiday letters this year. I don't know about you, but my cousins often commented before I moved out here that I was one of the few people that actually sent almost every year a full Christmas letter about my children and our lives. And so my one cousin Gary always talked about that. It was just how much it meant to him, which I think is so cool to think about. Some guy, it means a lot to him. So there you go. So here we go with our 2 score lines. If you guys haven't already, we have our mystery stamping happening right now in the Getting Crafty Stampers group. So you're welcome to join that on Facebook, where we give a clue every day, and it's another fun fold. So you guys will be able to see that. Here we go. Let's line it up. It's a very small extra line. You don't need to go crazy on this. So just follow the instructions. Very simple, right? So we have this here, and then we have 2 pieces that you'll find just like so. A couple different ways that you can do this. This can actually become like a tab to grab, which I'm going to do, and I did not do on this first card. I have it where you could just grab the side of it and play with it, but I think a tab would be really helpful. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to modify that ever so slightly. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that extra little flap that you see here on the side. Again, all these measurements are going to be available to you on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. Also, all the supplies to purchase this stuff. This is actually a sweet collection. So what that means is that everything is designed to coordinate. The designer series paper, the embellishments, the stamps, and the dies that coordinate with this set. So where is everybody at tonight? If my beloved Tracy is still with us live, she is usually living in Arkansas or Arkansas. That's how I remember to spell it, being dyslexic. And then we're going to go ahead and just go in and kind of fold. I have this flap folded. It's going to be interactive, you guys. And then what we're going to do is take a piece of our multi-purpose liquid adhesive, and we're going to put it all together. and assemble that just like so. And then we'll end up covering that, you guys. So I really love that it's going to be easily coverable. So then once you have it, you can move these 3 pieces to become anything that you want. Then you take your bone folder and you make a nice firm impression right there. And this is going to be our little tab to open up. So you guys will get to see that. So what I'm going to do to make this tab be a little bit more distinctive, so I'm going to take our paper snips and I'm going to kind of make a little corner cut. Don't get rid of this piece. Let me show you what we're going to do. Because if you have any A-type personality, this will be one of those things that saves that for you. I'm going to line up the piece that was here and I flipped it over. Be careful not to cut my nails because I could do that too. And going in. There you go. It's easy peasy. Some is on YouTube. So then here we go. We have a little flap, right? And then we have this going all the way down. Hey, Denise, good to see you, my girl. So then we have this piece that we're going to be placing inside right here. I put on the very back piece, the slightly longer piece. Okay, so the slightly longer piece. Then I'm going to take this flap back here and I'm going to adhere that down with my multi-purpose liquid adhesive. Something that one of the girls that was at our recent, we did a crop for Riley's Children Foundation. She was here and she said one thing she was really impressed with our liquid adhesive is that it didn't saturate the paper. So when she put it down, it did not like ruin the fibers of the paper. Boom shakalaka. There you go. Now, we now have an interactive piece that goes like that or like this. And this, I'm telling you, it's a perfect grandma card. Like, it's a perfect easy peasy lemon squeezy project. I like the little tab. I'm going to show you how that comes together. Now, I've already gone ahead and cut some of our cardstocks and our designer series papers, and I'm going to get some of your guys' opinions in on that. This will be our card front in the basic white, and when I do layering, I do the regular basic white, which comes into 40 pieces to a pack. It's thinner on purpose. It's designed for layering. Your card weight is another indicator of how much it's going to cost you to mail a card or a package, right? Another circle that was die cut. I want to make sure I don't lose those, because I did, oh, they're right here. Don't lose these 3, okay, you guys? If I say, where did it go? You just say, look up. I probably look up to the sky because sometimes I can be an airhead. Hi, Doris. Nice to see you, my girl. Long time no see, but I always love ya. And then I took our coordinating cardstocks. Now, I want to give you a little lesson on what I'm doing. The cardstock base is our pretty peacock. I actually pull all of these colors from the packet of designer series paper. So it tells you on the back of our collection the colors involved. So when you are ordering the packet of paper, you can actually go ahead, look under the description, and order the coordinating cardstocks like you see here. One of my tips in using colors is to limit it to 3 to 4 colors, like max, you guys. And then actually the pretty peacock, I believe, becomes a neutral in this project. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the copper clay, crushed curry, and garden green, and we're going to use those across the board on this project. And we actually have extra scraps that we might do, and these here are just the scrappy pieces that are left over when you are done cutting your cardstocks. Enjoy making those into things like belly bands around this card. Hi, Lindsay. I do love the pretty peacock color, my girl. And if you guys are interested, my friend Lindsay is joining us. She's actually hosting for me a 31 bag party that I'm doing online. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. It's one of those things where I need bags in my life. They help me to be organized, or at least that's the attempt, right? And then my goal is to kind of pick what papers I want in what order. Does it matter? Yeah. Not really. Also, I'm going to give you a little heads up. I screwed up. Do you want to know how I screwed up? People love it when people mess up, don't they? I'm going to take a sip of my Splash electrolyte water. Hold on. Okay, so with my dyslexia, I can struggle with orientation at times. So I took this really amazing course at the Creation Museum, specifically on our dyslexia and how it mimics even ADHD, but it is not. Kind of neat to know. Okay, so I was cutting this, and this piece, as you can see, is slightly off because I was working really hard to get it so that it went in the right direction. And so just play with your paper, but watch the direction that they go. This is a great way to use coordinated dies, much like you see with the stylish shapes, or you might see with, where did I put it? Something fancy dies like this here. You could have tags that coordinate on there. And actually, I'll give you a little heads up. Are you ready for that? You could take the back pieces and die cut those out so that you're not wasting any cardstock right out of the center. And then you can put it on the front of a card. Shut the front door. And then you could do that in the copper clay and then add it in white, right? Look extra fancy. Go for it. Not hard to do. Our products make it really easy for that kind of a thing. So even though it's not perfect, much like the most beautiful models in the world, nobody's perfect. Another great idea, if you guys haven't seen some of my favorite dies in the catalog, it is the Wanted to Say dies, and they are layering dies. So if you were making this a happy birthday card, it would die cut one and the other for you. And it has Celebrate Die Cut, You're Too Kind, and Feel Better Soon. All of those would really work when you're doing a project, especially if you want an oomph greeting with very little effort. You could incorporate, I would actually incorporate on this one gold foil or copper foil sheets. That would be a really easy way to incorporate on this color. And fashion will tell you that you can mix your metals. So do it. Enjoy it. Remember that card making has the same kind of fibers and it's made out of cotton. So embrace fashion rules when you are doing your card making. And I have a tendency to love fashion stuff. So I introduced my daughters to what's her name? On Love, Luster, Run. And she did another makeover show that was so popular back. Do you remember, Tracy, if you're here, when our babies were babies? I think we used to watch it. And she was all fashion. Stacy. Anyway, she lives in New York. Here we go. Boom, shakalaka. And then I'm just going to put these together, right? And so I have only one of the copper clays left. I must have used the others on my first project. And then I have to. But I love those kinds of shows. Do you guys love those kinds of shows too? Is it just me? Am I alone on that? I might be. So, and if you didn't know that being that it is copper, you have, it is copper, it's cotton with long fibers. You have a high quality product here. I really need another piece of copper, don't I? It's okay. We're not going to put it all together. Why? Because I'm going to, you guys get the idea when you saw the other project, right? Right there. You want to try to recognize how this card is going to be interacted with and try to aim for your project to have your flowers going in the correct direction. I'm going to show you what is not correct and what is correct for this project. You want to go landscape. Yes, Stacy and Clay. Yes, that was the one I loved, Lindsay. I grew up watching. I didn't grow up watching it. I stalked it, really. I was an adult when I watched it. So the direction is wrong on this. The direction is correct on this. You wanted it landscape. That's all. And I'm really tempted to just like throw it on because I love it. I love it. Well, we've got 3. We'll do 3 for right now. I'll worry about the others in a bit because I will annoy me if I don't have it like perfectly done. So we're just going to go ahead and build this. Again, do not use stamp. Oh, there's a yellow. Oh, goody. Because this is, I really love. This might be my favorite piece out of the whole collection. I love it because I adore the new copper clay for the background. I love the pretty peacock incorporated there. I'm just a sucker for good color combos. So after that show Stacy did, where there was a makeovers, and she taught all about fashion, I think we need more shows like that because I have seen the way people dress this day and age. And they don't know. Not that I'm perfect, but I kind of love it. Oh, this is going front. Why front and center? Because it's my favorite of the collection. And you don't have to decorate both sides if you don't want to. But when your designer series paper is on sale and you're getting 15% off of all of your designer series paper, people call it DSP as a shortened acronym for it, you guys. If you hear that, that's what it means. You can feature a lot with a project like this, and you can get away with just one, right? But this is just one sheet of basic white cardstock cut in half and then scored to create this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There we go. Now I am standing on a grounding mat. So this is kind of a neat thing. It seems to help me with less leg exhaustion while I am crafting. And it's really good for you to be grounded. So I plug it into an outlet nearby and I stand barefoot on this mat. That's it. I like easy stuff. What not to wear? Yes, that's what it was, Linz. That's what it was. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like and share this video. So I already love this. You guys, it could just be like this and go inside. That's where that extra line comes into play, right? The shorter piece is on the front because it moves a little bit more. You need a sturdy base, and I don't mind this tilting down ever so slightly. But now you have this here. Isn't that fabulous? Don't you guys love it? And you can put it on the back here. If I were to cover up, now you've got 4 pieces. I mean, you have a lot in this collection, you guys. I just pulled out like all the scraps. I could cut them down. I just didn't realize I didn't have all the cardstock prepped for it. I thought I did. And I might. Nope, those are just strips. Never mind. And then this is that connecting piece. So what I do to cover that up is you just go in right there. And you go right over that flap. Now nobody knows there's a flap. Now, because I will always question myself, I make sure that it's going to fold correctly, that I didn't put it on the wrong line. Right there. So if you were sending this to somebody and there was 3 kids, they can each have their own sheet for grandma. Ooh, this is a great one for recipes. You guys could send recipes to people. Boom, boom, boom. Then it goes on the front like so. So then we're going to close that. I'm going to grab the basic white cardstock that I must have set to the side when I moved my paper. Where did I put that? Oh, it's right next to me. Would have bit me. I'm going to give you guys another little trick. You ready? I want to use crushed curry. I'm going to show you something. Crushed curry is kind of dark. It's a bold yellow, in my opinion. So what I'm doing is using that Delightful Daisy here. I'm using the same paper. And if I stamp it, you can see how dark that is. And actually, you know what, you guys? I'm going to leave it and then show you the difference. But if I wanted to, I would just huff on this and then re-stamp it here. So it's literally 1 shade lighter. It's called Stamping Off. Now, you guys tell me, which do you prefer? This is the Stamping Off version. And right, you see right there. And then this is the Full Force figure. What do you guys think of that? You guys comment and let me know. And we're going to grab that pretty peacock. The same greeting set here. Wishing you the brightest birthdays. But I want you to see why I stamp it off. It's awful dark now. It's not as summery, right? Maybe. Kind of. Sort of. There you go. Which of those do you prefer? Do you like it stamped off? Or do you like it stamped? Stamped off? Or stamped. So I'll show you what that looks like here. Look at the difference side by side. Isn't that dramatic though? Like the difference is pretty big. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna do this one just so there's a contrast on my project so you guys can see that when I post a picture. The second one, the Stamping Off melody, good to know. Then we're just gonna place this on the front of the card. I do too, actually. I struggle with giving. It is a big difference, Linz, right? So let's see here. Lindsay, Her mom was one of my dearest friends in our stamping world and passed away this last year. Love her. She had a fierce battle. But there's always a little bit of Lindsay and her in my studio, Laura. And there's a sign that they bought that has coffee cups and a scripture on it. I believe it's Psalms. It's over there. It's kind of neat to think that you have your friends with you at all times. And that even though her mama and my sweet friend are gone for now, because she's in heaven waiting for us. Then we're going to throw on this designer series paper, featuring the crushed curry stripey piece. But you have two sides. You can play around. Nobody's the boss of you. I'm going to go whimsical and just kind of tilt it a smidge right there. We're going to create our own belly band. Remember that? I like a good contrast, but you guys can tell me, which do you prefer? Do you want to... I'm not going to give you any control. I lied. I'm going to grab the Garden Green because I do like a contrast. And this is my cheat for a belly band, you guys. I literally just wrap it around. Don't make it so tight that it's hard to get off of the project. That's like a big thing too. So I just think it's neat because the legacy of Laura has gone on with even her passing. Lindsay honors her mother in her crafting. And then her mom was really amazing at sending people cards and giving it to nurses. She was sick quite often, fighting cancers and that kind of thing. And so just thinking about it makes my stomach feel sad because I loved her. And her husband, Bill, we like to joke that he is... Where did I put my paper, you guys? You're laughing at me, right? Because I could lose anything. Nope, that's vanilla. That's vanilla. How did I do that? And then I could have die cut the circle again, but I didn't. So I'm just going to grab a piece of cardstock and our 2 3/8 circle punch right here. Set that aside. Then all I'm going to do, my sweet friends, is I'm making sure it's not so tight that you can't open the project. It has to slide off, right? Then we're going to take that multi-purpose. Your mom would have loved this paper, Linz. She would have. That one was a woman that was full of love. And her favorite people to love on was her children and her grandson. So I kind of feel like she left me a little bit of her and them, right? And so here we go. People, when they met Bill and I, asked if we were related, like brother and sister, because we were both equally loud. Whereas Laura was much calmer and sweet and funny and brave and bold. Gosh, that was a great woman. Okay. The Lord gives us angels right here on earth, doesn't he? Okay, we've got to let that dry because, and I got it here. So what I can do is you can rub it off of that and boom, it comes off. I will also give you a little tip. Since that belly band is going to dry, you can see where it's on the back of the card right there and it's grabbing onto that white cardstock, that really sweet little circle. Now, did you know, without it being too wet, grab your chamois and you can do a little shimmy shammy. And it's a microfiber, so it actually erases adhesive and it does it on my work surface. So I will use it to clean my work surface of glitters, of adhesive, of inks, you name it. And then I put it back in my case. I refresh it with water every couple of days, squeezing out any inks that it has collected. Then I'm going to show you guys how that came out. You guys ready? This one has the tab, and when we open it, there you go. What an easy project, my friends. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you want some more of it? So you can see here, look at the difference. You have a lot of options with this project. And I love that our designer series papers are designed to coordinate. And it lists the cardstocks that we need to assemble a card. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it is double-sided. You could really make this a great recipe card. It's really limitless, isn't it? What do you think? Oh, and what I did, you guys, also, I took the coordinating die embellishments, the adhesive back solid gems, and I took our Take Your Pick tool, and I just incorporated the little coordinated faceted gems into the project. You don't want to put it on this side of the belly band where it'll get stuck, right? Right there. And you can do odd numbers, which is best for your projects. Odd numbers are best. And it comes coordinated so you can get your whole set all clean and collected in one fell swoop with a great discount. Now, if you want the best discount, grab those Designer Series papers on sale, 15% in the month of June, but so is the Getting Crafty family. What a great time to join and load yourself up with all of your stamping goodies as your own VIP shopper, or if you want to make it a small business, you can do that as well, big business even. There's no limitations. Let me see if I can turn around. Find my circle. Hi! So that was our project today. What do you guys think? I love it. I love how easy it was on top of everything, right? Now I want you to see side by side how those two flowers look together. That's the stamped off version, the stamped version. I don't think it ruins it one way or the other. I just kind of like the stamped off version, and I don't want to waste paper, so I like that I stamped on the back of that paper and then put it together. Easy, easy. Did I mention easy? And happy, and it fits inside of an envelope. So you can see right now the measurements on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. Comment and let me know what you think. You guys can see that right there. And if you're not on my mailing list, make sure that you email me, Jamie at gettingcrafty.net. You can find out about joining, shopping, and getting bonus free products right now from me with my awesome loaded mystery boxes. So I'm gonna let you go because I have a second live I do every Tuesday. So I get together with our Getting Crafty family and we do another project. And I love doing projects like this. I hope you do also. Thanks for joining me. Have a great evening. God bless.